Yeah, hi. So all back from Spa now, and yeah, it was really interesting. Very hot, very sweaty, and I yeah, had a fantastic time. The racing was out of this world. Being a marshal is something I will always kind of want to do and thoroughly enjoy. And yeah, looking forward to whenever I get the opportunity to do it next. So interestingly, while I was kind of there, and bearing in mind it was sweaty and I was carrying bags around, I was kind of like noticed, particularly kind of here and where I've had kind of my insulin pod stuck to me, the red rashes I've talked about, were very prevalent, and in fact, they're both still present. So, kind of using the internet and obviously with observing caution, and you know, I didn't used to get this when I used to be hot or sweaty. So, while it may not be to do with the medication, I think the fact that there's a lot of stuff going on there is kind of quite interesting. But I think the concept of it is that I've very likely got things caused by friction and sweating, carrying a bag over the shoulder and it rubbing, causing the hair follicles to kind of misbehave, and also where this is stuck, that, are very much kind of playing their part. Because of the spacing of the stuff, it does very much look like it's hair follicle related as opposed to being anything else. So I think, I don't honestly believe there's anything serious wrong. And while the Xanotretinib might be playing a part in making it worse, I don't believe it's entirely responsible for kind of what's going on there. I think there are a number of factors combining on this. So yeah, I think that's where it is. And as I said, I'm really interested to hear about other people who might have this. I am, and apologies for being gross on this, a very warm, and I do sweat an awful lot, particularly when I'm walking and when the weather's really hot, which, as you can imagine here over the past few weeks, is something that's really kind of hitting people hard. So anyone who's kind of got these combination of things, they're taking the medication, they're in a hot space and they suffer from this kind of thing, I'd just be really interested to hear and understand if this is something other people see. I'll leave it there for today. Thanks very much, and I will see you on the next one.